So we got triple Bigfoot because I'm playing rank 8s, so I just want to get to the 8s as soon as possible. Plus he pops, so yeah. Triple Nessie. Nessie's good. Searches all the dangers. I'm not running any rank 7s, sadly, but I might switch that up. Double Thunderbird, just because he pops back row, and he's an 8. 2 of these guys, Chupacabra, just because he brings back stuff, and I did have him at 3, but I kind of like him more at 2 because I don't normally get to use him like that. He's normally the guy that I'm revealing to summon. Triple Mothman because he's Dark World Dealings, and like it just gets you to another card regardless, either way. Triple Jackalope just because he's a rabbit. No, I mean he does get cards from deck, and that comes in handy for Exceeds. Definitely. That's the main reason why I run this guy. That's it for the dangers. Off to the Dark Worlds. I run 3 Graphas. Just because like I just want to pop as many cards as I can, get as many 8s out as I can, and 3 Graphas to me is fine. Triple Brow. Wish I had 3 ultis, but yeah, man. That extra draw puts in work. Plus, you know, you need the weak ones so you can potentially normal summon if you have to, just to bounce Grapha back and, you know, extend plays. Triple Snow. Just to search. Super dope. 1 silver. Just because if he gets a Gunblard, they're losing 2 cards. Just like that. Just like that. Beige because I'm too broke for Snake, and I don't like Snake. So this guy's a 4, and plus I can bounce him back to summon Grapha, and this comes in handy when I have a ton of dangers in hand and I have a couple of Graphas in the grave. I can just link up. That's it for the Dark Worlds. Now for my 2 extender guys. Bounces back cards, and that comes in handy for any dangers that I had to summon but I want in the hand. And Destrudo. I got some synchros in here, so I wanted to have an extra body that was a tuner that was a little bit more versatile, so I threw him in. That's it for the monsters. That's it for the monsters. Off to the spells. Triple. Trade in because I run so many 8s. Bigfoot. Discard pop. Thunderbird. Discard pop. Grapha. Discard do nothing but just be in the grave. Draw 2. I love this card. Triple. Dealings. Just to discard stuff. I love this with Nessie. I love this with Bigfoot. I love this with Grapha. I love this with Snow. I love this with Brow. This card puts in work. The Triple Allure, just because, you know, darks, drawing. This is just a card that has to be in the deck. This card doesn't have to be in the deck, but it puts in a lot of work. Drag down, just to snipe cards. I love this card. Like, whatever they pick, whatever you leave them with, like, you normally just set everything and then just start going off. So as soon as you draw this, you're just like, boom, pick a card. As long as it's not something that's already going off danger-wise, you're all good, man. Like, this card puts in so much work. And I love seeing multiple in a turn. Like, if I end up seeing 2 in a turn, like, the hand ends up getting torn apart. I mean, granted, yeah, they get 2 new cards, but those are cards that are probably, well, never mind, that's a lie. I was going to say they're irrelevant, but they're not. Those cards can actually win them the game. Off to the 1-ofs. Raigeki, Dark Hole, Board Wipes, Foolish, to send Destrudo, Zephyros, Grapha, Soul Charge, just because after you've gone nuts, you can just summon everything back. Fuck life points, just summon your life away. Monster Reborn, just to extend one day of peace because of the draw. Yeah, they draw, but like if you play this early and you just combo off, most times your opponent's going to forget about this card. I've had turns where I've left just a crooked, lackluster board, and my opponent thought it was game, and it was like one day of peace. Nah, survive. I live to fight another day. The God card Destruction. I was so happy when this card came back, and not even just because of this deck, just because like this was like always one of my favorite cards. I love like hand manipulation and stuff like that. That's why Dark Worlds originally was the deck that brought me back to the game. Shout out to Mike. Definitely threw me the Dark World stuff back then. Hand Destruction. Just a mini God card, Rod Disciple here, pitch some dangers, move your hand around, pitch some Dark Worlds, maybe a Grapha or something, just because you need it in the grave, and it kind of helps you extend, and also tamper with your opponent's hand, of course. My tech card, and I think this card's going to be really good in this deck in the future. Double Monster Reincarnation. This card fixes hands in this deck. Imagine pitching a Bigfoot, popping something, and then getting back a Nessie, or pitching a Nessie and then getting back like a Mothman or something like that. Like, imagine when we get more dangers. This card's going to be insane. People were really taken aback by this choice right here, but I think this could potentially be a danger staple card. Mark my words. That's basically it for the spells, but I did play a trap card, 3 traps as a matter of fact, and that was Danger Zone. This card's excellent if you have 1 danger in your hand. Bigfoot Grapha, pop. It's one of my favorite things to do. Nessie and anything, just being able to draw 3 and discard 2, and it just triggers every monster in the deck. This card is ridiculous, and once again, with more dangers, this card is going to be insane. So that's it for the main. I don't know how many cards it is, but the deck's going to get worked on probably today or tomorrow or something. Might be going to the locals, surprise everybody because I haven't played in a long time. Let's see how they do, see how I do. Here's the side that I played, and this is a janky ass side. Of course the twisters, because discarding and back row and stuff. I'm gonna save some of these for last. Call by the Grave, hand traps, no way. Royal Decree, traps, no way, since I only run 1. This guy, monster effects, no way. I didn't have Inspector Border at the time, so I threw this guy in because I was like, okay, I don't normal summon all the time. If I draw him and I just want to call it quits on trying to combo, I'll just tribute something for him, boom, leave him. And probably set like a Danger Zone and just let them destroy this guy, flip the Danger Zone, because most times you got to jump over hoops to get rid of this guy, so he was fun. I also sided the Double Cannon Soldier just because at the time, of course, we still had this guy, but he's gone now. Good riddance. I mean, I did like the card, but at the same time, it was degenerate and unfair. So, yeah, the 2 soldiers. I never sided them in, though. I didn't want to be that guy at the event, honestly. Everybody was playing this shit. And I was just like, I'm playing my build, Here are my fun cards here. Snipe Hunter, which I think he could be good in the future, too, depending on what kind of dangers we get. You can discard as many times as you want to just keep trying to pop cards, and if you do pop cards, that's excellent, and if you don't pop cards, it's whatever, because your dangers will go off. He does not trigger Dark Worlds, but the dangers are the more important side when it comes to this guy. Imagine just pitching a Nessie, searching another danger. Boom. Maybe you pop something. If you did, excellent. You could search maybe a Bigfoot. Discard that Bigfoot. Pop something with the Bigfoot. Potentially pop something with him. I think his potential is unlimited with this deck. The only sad thing is he's a normal. Cheerful Coffin. This card can be really good because it triggers off dangers and dark worlds. So you just discard 3 cards. Up to 3 if you want. I think it's a cool card. It can definitely help you out with some combos. Just get a mass discard going and, you know, just start comboing off. Ceruli, just because he triggers all Dark World's secondary effects, and that is super cool. I used to run him at 3 in pure Dark World, and that gives Grapha the ability to look at a random card in your opponent's hand, and if it's a monster, you get to special summon it from to your side, and that's pretty cool because a lot of decks run a ton of monsters. Most of the time that I've ever got it off, it was a monster. I special summoned it and used it to link off. Brow, of course, you get to draw 2 cards. Silva, you get to rip 2 cards out of their hand. And Snow, you get to special summon 1 monster from their graveyard, which is super dope, especially because, you know, I'm running cards like Drag Down and Dark World Dealings. I'm sorry, I'm so tired right now. Just got off work, but the last card on my side never gets sided in, but sometimes it does, and when it does, he normally gets destroyed because when they see a set card, they're like, what the fuck is that? Morphing Jar. This is my dual spirit from back in the day. I used to play a mill deck that I called the Throwout. Shout out to Cape, shout out to Mike. You know, that was back when we were little ass kids that barely knew the rules. I mean, we weren't that little, but we sucked. We played the Summon of Blue Eyes without tributing for a little while. Gotta admit, we had the triple Yugi starter deck, triple Kaiba starter deck. Last but not least, the extra. Not really going to explain this too much. You've seen the mains.